welcome to Lety Does Playing Vantage 2. So, I haven't played Vantage since I had last played when I recorded my Let's Play. And in that one, I was playing as Jules, the captain, and it went really well. I did so good that I was able to finish the game within the estimated time, which may happen for other people, but that never happens for me. And I was able to show off some exploration of the world, and then ultimately I was able to find my ship, repair my ship, and get off the planet myself. So that was pretty great. And I'm hoping this one goes well too, because I'm going to be playing again, but with the change of adding some pets. But before I get into that, hi, Future Lety here. So I filmed this Let's Play over the course of 3 hours across 2 separate videos for reasons that you will see in part 4. But long story short, the first 3 parts of this Let's Play have really wonky top-down footage because I didn't realize that my camera was not in focus. So I'm not tossing the entire Let's Play because I don't think that it's that big of a problem, because I do read everything out loud. However, there is some important visual stuff on the card art and whatever that does get lost. So I'm gonna fix that by going back through after I'm done with my intros and outros and holding up all the cards on top of this paper that were from those 3 parts where the camera was messed up under the correct settings so that you can see, and then I will just splice that footage into the video as necessary. And that's just the easiest thing for me to do, and that way if you want to double check what a card looks like, you can scrub to that part of the video when I held it up. So I'm just gonna finish this part of my intro here because I am referencing a specific piece of paper, which is this printout of an email newsletter sent by Jamie Stegmaier of Stonemaier Games. And in it, he shares a template that Vantage players can use to add their own pets into the game. The narrative of it being you were traveling with your pet aboard the spaceship when it crashed. So you guys crashed together and now they're with you. He made some examples of his own pets, Walter and Biddy, down here with their own little challenge dice slot and its skill, and then down here their own custom abilities. So I went ahead and did the same, and I have here Mr. Socks. So this is my companion, Socks the Mouser. And it's supposed to be he was the mouser of the ship. That's why he was on the ship. And then the ship crashed and now he's here with us. And the reason I picked the mouser is because he was the mouser in real life in my house. And he would eat rats. That's why I have here his skill little token thing. His challenge dice slot is move because he's moving around the ship looking for rats. And then his ability is pay 2 boost to either gain 1 overpower or pay 1 overpower to gain 1 health, because it's he uses his moving to get a rat, and then sometimes he eats the rat, and that gives him a health, it gives you a health. So, yeah. I didn't know how many, rats he was eating daily until he passed away, which some of you may know. He was in my videos before, but he did unfortunately pass away earlier this year. So I made this card to commemorate him. Anyway, the man ate a lot of rats. I never really realized how many until he passed away, and now there's just so many rats that I need to catch. So, yeah. This is going to be my Mr. Socks card. I will be playing with that in this Let's Play of it. And, yeah, that's how that's going to work. So now let's go back to past Lety. I'm not going to go over the rules again. I already went over the rules, but just as a quick overview of the rules, Vantage is an open world cooperative adventure game featuring an entire planet to explore in standalone sessions that begin with players scattered randomly across the world and with 800 interconnected locations on cards and over 900 other discoverable cards. The world is your sandbox. So basically, this game will probably be nothing like the last game that I played, just because everything is so big. So I'm not going to go over the rules again. I'm probably going to put something in the description that you can check that out in. Let's see. Going through this, weeks after receiving a mysterious signal from the traveler, your ship arrives in the orbit of an uncharted planet. Create the total challenge dice pool using 8 dice plus 2 per player. Have already done that. Each player gains a different skill. Select or randomize and its matching character card. Place the card in the middle of your grid and gain its when placed benefit. I have already gotten my character and I will be showing you me choose that. Alright, time to roll the skill die to see what character I'm going to be. And we have a take, which means da 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 da. Who is this? Ariel, the engineer. Awesome. Now I need to set my board up. Okay, so I have Ariel, the engineer here. What I actually did not do is I did not get Ariel's card. Okay, I now have Ariel's card. I am going to put it on my board. I am going to place its when placed benefit here. I'm also going to be putting Socks's card right there. And he has a when placed benefit of 1 boost as well. My baby! Okay. To go along with my new character, I have my own name tag that hopefully has enough tape to stay on. There we go. Okay. And next I have set my health, my motivation? What is that? Yep. And time to daring. And I am going to roll for 2 random skills to find out what their mission is. Okay. Our mission is going to be 1582. Alright, let's check it out. Oh, wow, okay. Our mission goal is assemble a group of sentients. Have a total of at least 1 sentient plus 1 per player in grids or reserves if you do read 1582 in the Book of Secrets. Hey! This card, I mean, it's not specific to Ariel, but Ariel is the one on this mission card. That's me right there. This mission was meant for me. You could say it's my destiny. Okay. Awesome. That's going to be cool. And I already gained the things for that. So I gained 2 at random. And then we are here on location 1. The ship malfunctions. You have mere seconds to escape. Each player gains a different skill and places the matching location on their location card holder. We're going to roll for that. Holy shit. Okay. There's that one. And that is going to be location number 4. All right, here is going to be what that looks like. Your escape pod seals tight, ejecting towards the planet in a completely different direction from the others. Gain 2 random skills and crash onto the matching location. You may re-roll pairs to get an easier location. So we are going to do that. Okay. This combination of take and move has come up again, huh? Very interesting. That is going to be 119. So here we are, 119. The seaside air is a mix of salty and sweet, thanks to the pink pasture atop the hill you're standing on. A sentient hovers nearby, seemingly distracted by the flowers. Oh, I'm gonna assemble my team really soon. Okay, and then let me reorganize this how I want it. Something like that. All right, now we are apparently in a good position to start our mission right away, right? Follow, listen, ask, craft, or consume or pluck. What are the fuck are those? So the sentient is right here. There is some dark bird creatures that I don't think are other sentients unless they're wearing like plague doctor suits, which would be strange. And then in the far background is some gate looking thing. It looks like a gate, maybe a bridge. On the walls of this, it says it wants me to consume the flowers. I don't think that's a good idea, and that's not what I'm here to do. Those are not flowers. Are these creatures? The artwork is not definitive, but I don't know. Shaggy, so you gotta go out. Okay, I might as well take him out now before he ruins it later. Alright. I'm just gonna leave you crouching, okay? Or are you good? No. Okay, I'll just leave you here then. Okay, everyone. I've taken Shaggy out. He's having a little bit of food. I've got my rule book here so that I can use it. I will be using it right away. Now we're trying to get some friends here. And there's this person. I don't know if I should follow them. It says consume. I don't think that's going to be useful to me. I think I'm between listening and asking them stuff. I think I should just watch them, see what they're doing. So that would be listen for the look. Let's take a look what that is. Okay. Ooh, it costs 5 to listen to the sentient. Good. So at least I'm interacting with them in some way. I have nothing to reduce that cost, so I just need to roll all 5. Okay. Oops. These 2 were blank. I just accidentally... oops. Ah, stop touching like that. This was a health. Where do we have? Okay. This one's a setback. We'll put that back. Then... Then I need to take both of these. Wait. No. Then I can roll, re-roll. Let's do the health. Okay. That's not great. Let's re-roll again. Good. Alright, we've paid. Let's see. The sentient who introduces themselves as a philanthropist starts by talking about the nearby ruins and flowers, then the wishing well to the south, then the dark stone to the west. You barely have time to introduce yourself. Gain sentient 1353. Okay, so they just like to talk. I'm going to write down if there's a wishing well to the south. 119. Wishing well south. And what did they say? Dark stone to the west? Sure. Are you done eating? Are you done eating and are you just walking around? Hey. Hey you, come here. Come here. Come here. Turn around. Come here. Come here. Hello. Go. Okay, and that means we're in section K. So I should also make note of that. Section K. What else was in section K? I've played other games, but I don't remember what the map looks like off the top of my head. Oh well. 1353. Alright, here we are. This is Rose, the philanthropist. Gain boost on an adjacent card. Gain quest 1665 or follow this sentient to the eastern exterior of the capital city. 390. Holy shit! Dude! That is dope as hell! Wait, are you serious? Follow this sentient to the eastern exterior of the capital city, 390. So, can I use... Can I use this person as like a waypoint? Will they always take me to 390? If I pay a boost? If I pay a boost, go to 390? That's what this means? That's not even here. That's like away. Anyway, immediately you gain 2 boost on them. If empty, lose this card. And there's no way to gain more boost on them. Pay boost, gain boost on an adjacent card. Gain quest 1665 or follow the sentient to the eastern exterior of the capital city. Well, I don't know if... I don't want to lose them, so I won't do that. That's pretty cool, though. I need only 1 more, because it says 1 sentient plus 1 per player. And there's 2 players now. Okay. I think I should Oh, what does that logo mean? Well, I've already done the action for this card, this location. They said the wishing well and the dark stone. Wishing well is to the south, dark stone is to the west. The dark stone looks suspicious as hell. And there's like these creatures coming out of it. These flower things look really suspicious too. They look like, I mean, it might be some weird shadowing work, or maybe that's just how the flower work. They don't look like flowers. They look like flower creatures, like some Pokemon. So, yeah. Maybe we should go to the wishing well? Or do I need money for that? Do they have that on this world? Let's just go to the wishing well and find out. It would involve going south, so actually I don't know how much that would cost. Let's find out. It would cost 5 to hike south down the hill towards a well. I have 2 of these. To reduce the cost. Nope, that's not what you're trying to do. Go. Okay. We have 1 time. I can give this time to either Rose or Ariel. I guess I'll give it to Ariel since Ariel is specific for what they can hold and Rose isn't. And this one is just a setback. So I will give it to Rose. Yes. Okay, we paid the cost. The steep grade of the hill is brutal on your knees, and you're happy to find a wishing well at the bottom. Go to 114. So I'm going to go to 114. And actually, I should write that down. That's 114. That means this would be 118. But I realized that I rolled the wrong amount of dice because I paid 2 and I rolled 2, but that's 4, not 5. So I actually need to roll 1 more. Nice. Okay, 114. Here's our wishing well. A small clearing in the forest reveals a wishing well. What do you wish for? Oh my god, all of them say wish. Everything says wish. Oh. Oh, fuck. What do I do? I'm on 114 and everything says wish. Move action, wish. Look action, wish. Engage action, wish. Help action, wish. Take action, wish. Overpower action, wish. Wish, wish, wish. Is this a trick? Or are they all the same thing? Oh, what do I wish for? I wish for help. Right? I wish to engage. I wish to move. I wasn't expecting this. Why do they all just say wish? Is there a hint? No. They all just say wish. I wish I could do multiple things here if I could figure out like what it is they do. I kind of want to like wish for help, but I'm not too sure what to do. You good, Shags? I'm between like help and take, because it's like you take something, you wish to take something, you wish for help. Maybe you'll get like money if you do take. Well, I do have these 2 takes. So maybe just take. Let's take. Wish for fortune. I don't really need fortune. I need help. Okay, I've paid the cost. Gain ability 15, 11, $20 and 1 take. Oh, I get my take back. That's very nice. Okay. And $20. I don't see the other 10. Okay. Okay. Here's $20. That's nice. 15, 11. Oh my goodness. What? The wishing well's encouraging me. Ability. Loot. I can loot to gain the result of a pilfer, extract, or dismantle action and gain boost on my character. Wow, and I gain boost? That's awesome. So I think gain the result. I think I'm going to have to look up how exactly to use this, because I think you have to use this in a location with like these abilities on them, pilfer, extract, or dismantle. But I don't know if that means when you use this card, you actually look up the take action of the location card, because that makes the most sense thematically, you know? Like, you're stealing what is there, right? I love the little artwork of the money eyes. Okay, wishing well, thanks, I guess. I like that it gave me this ability to loot, because it's like, I wished for fortune, yes, but also make your own fortune. Steal. Okay. Well, that was awesome. Do we go find out what the dark stone is now? Because that would involve going west and then north. Unless that's not how it works. Because I went south. So I should be able to just go west and then north. The dark stone, though, doesn't sound... It's not the fun stone. It's not called fun stone. It's not called the nice stone. It's called the dark stone. And apparently Rose is able to take me somewhere. And they also have a quest for me. But I can't do both. Because if I ask for the quest, and then if I have them take me to the capital, that would cost 2 boost. And I don't want to lose them. Not until I fulfill that, at least. Which, I can research this. And that will probably take me somewhere where there's someone else. But I don't know. I should also write down that I met Rose here. Met Rose here. Okay. Well, the wishing well was there. Learn, flirt, swindle, duel. Duel! Should I duel Rose? Right here. Would dueling get Rose to like me? Maybe, right? I'm wondering how I can get more boost on Rose. Because if Rose has a quest that needs to be completed, like in this area, I don't want to move around and then ask for the quest, and it turns out I need to go back to where I was. So I just need like 1 more boost. I don't need to gain boost on an adjacent card. But I would like to find out what the quest is. So, should I duel Rose? Yeah, right? Okay. I'm going to try to build up my relationship with Rose by dueling Rose. It would be weird if this doesn't do what I think this would do. The little boost is in the way because I'm not looking from an upward angle. Okay, yes. It will cost 2 to duel the sentient in a card and dice game. Here we are. 1. And anyone got room for time? No? That's okay. It makes sense that this takes some time, so I'm willing to lose that. The leaf sentient. Cute. The leaf sentient excitedly slaps a single tattered skirm card in front of them. Gain 1 boost on the sentient. Hell yes! They love to skirm! Okay. Gain 1 boost on the sentient. Then place card 798 on the table. It's a large card, and follow its instructions using 1526 as the opponent's card. You can duel the sentient again in the future only if you win. And with that, that is going to be the end of part 1. So I filmed parts 1 through 5 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip that you're watching marks the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. That's all I got for you for now. Get out there, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!